After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Yellow, yellow.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And, Charles, they just handed them a gift. Going for it there, that spot of the field inside the 20, boy.
Yeah, sometimes you think you've got plenty of time in a game, so you take a little bit of a crazy risk. This goes in the category of a crazy, crazy, crazy risk. Yeah, I'm giving you 3 on that one. But how about on the defensive side of the ball? To see them come out, line up, and decide to go for it there, you figure there's no way we're giving this one up. We're going to turn the ball over for our own offense and get some points out of it.
And they did the first part of that. Now they'll be looking to add those points with great field position. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The kick by Elliott is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and get
give them a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline or from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Chiefs, nothing.
The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 34 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target. That'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. In motion right is Brown. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he fires one incomplete.
Had open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 16 yards. First down in Philadelphia.
Watch the middle.
Motion left, Smith. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Again, that's Watkins. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Chiefs.
Brown the motion man right. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. It's Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Swift. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Swift will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. And a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this time he is in. DeAndre Swift in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Time for a the break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Mahomes. And it's caught. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down. Here's Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown! Devontae Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
31, Chiefs 13. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Mahomes now to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And out across midfield down to the 45. 3 quarters have come and gone. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 45 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
They're going to keep it on the ground.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On second down, Swift. Now he's loose at the 40. Now look out, DeAndre Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, it's Pacheco. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, 46 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before